Some cars were built with an almost obsessive level of engineering, where simplicity was completely ignored in favor of extreme complexity that would make rocket scientists jealous. Sometimes this produced absolute masterpieces that pushed automotive boundaries. Other times it created spectacular financial disasters that nearly bankrupted their makers. BMW Z1. The BMW Z1 was what happened when German engineers asked, what if we made everything unnecessarily complicated? Instead of normal doors, they created panels that slid straight down into the car's body using 13 separate electric motors. Yes, 13 motors, just for the doors. The entire outer body was made of removable thermoplastic panels in different colors because apparently regular paint wasn't fancy enough. Under all this complexity was genuinely advanced multi-link suspension that handled beautifully. But here's the problem. All this over-engineering was crammed into what should have been a simple, lightweight roadster. The doors were a maintenance nightmare, the panels cracked easily, and it cost nearly as much as a Porsche 911. BMW built fewer than 9,000 units, making it more of an expensive tech demo than a real car. Citroën SM. The Citroën SM was peak 1970s French madness. Take revolutionary hydro-pneumatic suspension that could raise and lower the car like a lowrider, add a temperamental Maserati V6 engine, and top it off with Duravi steering that provided variable power assist based on speed. It was incredibly advanced for 1970, but also incredibly fragile. This car was simultaneously gorgeous and infuriating to own. The hydraulic suspension needed special green fluid and constant attention, the Italian engine broke if you looked at it wrong, and the advanced steering system was more delicate than a Swiss watch. It drove like nothing else on earth when it worked, but when it worked was the key phrase here. Mercedes-Benz W140 S-Class. Mercedes engineers looked at luxury and decided more was always better, creating what became known as the Elephant, due to its enormous size and weight. This thing had over 100 electric motors controlling everything from seat adjustments to mirror positioning. It featured double-glazed windows, complex hydraulic systems, and luxury features that bordered on the ridiculous. When everything worked, it was probably the finest luxury car ever built. Whisper quiet, supremely comfortable and loaded with tech that wouldn't become mainstream for decades. But when things broke, which happened frequently, repair bills could exceed the car's value. It was Mercedes proving they could build anything, regardless of whether they should. Lexus LFA Toyota spent nearly a decade and billions of dollars creating what was essentially automotive jewelry. The LFA's Yamaha-tuned V10 revved to 9,000 RPM and produced a sound so perfect it could make car enthusiasts weep actual tears. The entire chassis was woven from carbon fiber using a special loom Toyota invented specifically for this car. Because regular carbon fiber wasn't good enough, every single component was engineered to perfection regardless of cost. The digital tachometer actually used a physical needle because LCD screens were too slow to keep up with the engine's rapid rev changes. Toyota built only 500 and lost money on every single one. It was brilliant engineering that created one of the greatest supercars ever made, but at a cost that made zero business sense. Bugatti Veyron. The Veyron was engineering insanity made real, a car designed to hit 400+ km/h no matter how complex or expensive it became. The W16 engine had 4 turbochargers and needed 10 radiators just to prevent it from melting. There was literally a special key required to unlock top speed mode, which would automatically adjust the car's aerodynamics and suspension. The engineering challenges were absurd. Those special Michelin tires cost more than most people's cars and could only handle maximum speed for 15 minutes before needing replacement. The car required constant computer monitoring of hundreds of systems to prevent self-destruction. It was a masterpiece that proved no engineering challenge was too complex when chasing the ultimate speed record. McLaren F1 Gordon Murray designed the F1 with one rule: never compromise regardless of cost or complexity. The engine bay was lined with actual gold foil because it was the most effective heat reflector available. The driver sat in the center with passengers on either side, and every component was made from the most advanced materials money could buy. This car came with its own custom titanium toolkit and required a laptop computer for diagnostics. The obsessive attention to detail was legendary. Even the stereo system was custom designed to save weight. McLaren built just 106 road cars, each one essentially handcrafted like a piece of automotive art. When one sells today, it breaks auction records. Mercedes-Benz G-Class. The G-Class is automotive schizophrenia. It started as a military vehicle and somehow evolved into one of the most over-engineered luxury SUVs ever made. It kept its ladder frame construction, triple locking differentials, and tank-like build quality while adding massaging seats, premium sound systems, and luxury features that cost more than most people's houses. Modern G-Classes can exceed $200,000 and feature technology that would impress NASA, yet they're still built using 1970s military architecture. It's like putting a tuxedo on a Sherman tank, simultaneously the most capable off-road vehicle and the most ridiculous luxury statement ever created. Only the Germans could make this combination work. Audi created the A2 as a glimpse into the future, but made it so technically advanced that it was impossible to build profitably. The entire body used aluminum space frame construction and achieved a drag coefficient of just 0.25, better than many modern supercars. The lightweight engineering was years ahead of its time, incorporating techniques that wouldn't become mainstream until the 2010s. The problem was cost. All that advanced engineering made the A2 expensive to build and expensive to buy, despite being marketed as an efficient economy car. Customers weren't willing to pay premium prices for a small, practical vehicle. Audi killed it after 7 years, but the A2's DNA lives on in every modern lightweight car design. Volkswagen Phaeton W12. The W12 Phaeton represents peak German engineering madness. A hand-built luxury sedan with complexity that would make aerospace engineers nervous. The W12 engine was essentially two VR6 engines joined together. The suspension had more sensors than most aircraft, and the interior featured hand-selected leather and wood that required dedicated craftspeople to install. VW created a car that was technically superior to almost every luxury competitor, then slapped a Volkswagen badge on it and expected customers to pay Mercedes prices. The Phaeton became the ultimate symbol of engineering for engineering's sake, admired by enthusiasts who understood its brilliance but ignored by buyers who couldn't justify the badge. It proved that sometimes the most impressive engineering creates the biggest commercial disasters. If you enjoyed this dive into automotive obsession, smash that like button, tell us which over-engineered car you'd love to own in the comments, and subscribe for more automotive deep dives.